is my meditation all the day, all the night, morning through night. And I delight in the law of the Lord, and on his law I meditate day and night. Morning Meditations with C.J. Marshall.
Good morning. In 1 Corinthians 15, Paul has been describing the resurrection, and in verses 1 through 7, he explains the letter Corinth, the gospel, the death, the burial, and the resurrection of Jesus. And he lays out two options for his listeners. And we looked at the first option of if there's not a resurrection in verses 12 through 17, and he said things like, there's no hope, we're all liars, the dead are lost. And so Paul lays out a pretty nice argument of saying there's no resurrection. What are the logical conclusions? And in verse 20, if you would pick up with me there, he talks about the reality of the resurrection. In verse 20, it says, but now Christ is risen from the dead, and has become the first fruits of those who have fallen asleep. For since by man came death, by man also came the resurrection of the dead. For as in Adam all die, but also in Christ all shall be made alive. For each one in his own order. Christ the first fruits, afterwards those who are Christ as coming. Then comes the end when he delivers the kingdom to God the Father, when he puts an end to all rule and all authority and power, for he must reign till he has put all enemies under his feet. The last enemy that will be destroyed is death. For he has put all things under his feet. But when he says all things are put under him, it is evident that he put all things under him. He who put all things under him is accepted. Now when all things are made subject to him, then the Son himself will also be subject to him who put all things under his feet, that God may be all in all. So Paul starts this section and says, but now Christ has been risen. He's contrasting what he just said. There's some that say there is no resurrection, but Christ has been risen, and he is the first fruits of those who've fallen asleep. He's the first fruits in that he's the first one to be resurrected, never to die again. Lazarus died again. Jairus' daughter died again. And Elijah, the widow's son, died again. But Christ has been raised from the dead, and he reigns and he rules, and he verse 24 has a kingdom. Verse 27, all things are put under him. This is great news. This is the gospel, as he said back in verse 4. 3 and 4, that God has Jesus reigning, that he reigns and he lives and he's never going to die again. That gives us hope. That gives us confidence. And so many may say today that there is no resurrection, but we know better. We know that Christ is living, Christ is reigning. Everything's under Jesus except for God the Father, the text says. And we know at the end that he will judge everyone because he has all authority. Matthew 28:18-20. May we always live with that hope, have a living hope of that resurrection, because Christ has been resurrected. We have that future expectation, that hope. May we always treasure that. And may we always be like the psalmist that says, "Oh, how I love your law. It is my meditation all the day." See you next time.
Morning meditations, oh how I love thy law, it is my meditation all the day, all the night, morning through night, and I delight in the law of the Lord, and on his law I meditate day and night.